Okay, I'm gonna make this quick, right? Because it was, funny. I'm watching Fatal Attraction as I was scrolling through not Facebook, YouTube before I get ready to go to bed, right? And I go through some of the regular people. So once again, I came across a very, very toxically ignorant video by the nosy neighbor lady, right? Black women, I hope you guys are not taking her advice, because you're gonna end up getting your ass whooped and getting killed, and probably ending up in a ditch somewhere where nobody knows where you are. Because when I was listening to this crazy shit tonight on that video, right, that she did like a day ago, she's out here suggesting women pussy pop for irrelevant shit like a washing machine, and I need help paying my bills. I guess that's like, I don't know. She's from St. Louis, and she prides herself on being from the ignorant part, and it shows, right? Like, you should never be on here telling women to go after men because they can't pay their own bills. This is how you keep getting into these situations of domestic violence and black femicide, because y'all are not ever being true to yourselves. Like, can you please stop playing and acting like these dudes actually have money to give you when you know they don't? And all you're going to get is a situation where a person is perpetrating a fraud, probably using their wife's money, their girlfriend's money, some woman in their family's money to try to give it to you temporarily, until that stream of money or funding that they're getting out of the kindness of that other person's heart comes to an end. And now the pressure bills, the intolerance bills, the hatred bills, the grudge bills, and now somebody's balling up their fists and running at you, right? And the worst part about that type of pussy popping, low level, ignorant, one step above a fucking crackhead advice is that you don't have to do any of that shit for appliances. Every single merchant is basically on a pay as you go, like layaway, right? Because people are poor out here. So you can go on different pay as you go apps and buy washing machines, like literally from Amazon, and a dryer, or whatever the fuck else you want, a dishwasher, a new refrigerator, whatever the fuck you want, and pay $15 a month or whatever they set up your payment plan for each month, and you will have all those appliances in your house. It's the new way of doing rent to own. Remember how they used to do that back in the days? Well, they do it now online, and you set up whatever, however they do it. You just pay them every month for whatever it is you want. And so therefore there's no need for pussy popping. There's no need for selling yourself or your kids so that some broke, disgusting, low moral, degenerate piece of shit is going to come in your house, and now he has a whole new set or a new family to destroy. Like, it makes no sense, the advice these women are giving y'all. And even though I understand that relationship talk, trying to compete with other women, versus how you look, how you wear your hair, what clothes you wear, if you're religious or not, you believe in black love or you don't, is key for women on YouTube and most social medias to make money and garner a audience, because the majority of these women collectively subscribe to people, I said majority, not all, have serious low self-esteem. Because the things I just told you about, right? I put Vicks because I can't breathe. But like, the things I told you about, it's self-explanatory. Like, if you just sometimes do a Google search about how to help you obtain certain things, Google tells you all that stuff. And then, not to mention, I know I did a video not too long ago about giving you actual websites that helped you pay your bills, helped you do a lot of things. so that you don't get into those situations of domestic violence and domestic turmoil and possible black femicide, because there are people and organizations, nonprofits and for-profits, that already know the type of behaviors, conditions, and situations that end in the death of women and children when you're listening to idiots like her who are coming on YouTube trying to tell you and convince you that being in a relationship because I got to get my bills paid is a necessity when it is not. They got all types of shit out here in this world where reaching for a man is the last fucking thing you need to do. Especially when in reaching for that man, the very, very real possibility of getting your ass killed, getting your children killed, and also being beat to the fuck down and having your children sexually assaulted and yourself is a very real fucking personality. Not to mention humanly trafficked, right? So it's like, please stop, y'all. Do not listen to this crazy shit. Like, you have level payment plans with everything from Con Edison to the water company. You don't need to reach for no dusty motherfucker for anything. And this chick, I shouldn't be doing this right now, but I have to speak truth and shame the devil. She's a very irresponsible individual, an adult. Since she's been on YouTube, she goes from one job to the next, never having a steady income, always having issues where she self-professes her bill issues, her finance issues. And it's like, girl, how old are you? Every fucking year you get older and you keep doing the same silly shit, but yet you got the nerve to come on YouTube and come up here criticizing and shellacking the ass of other black women and how bad they are and how they should do things differently. Why don't you lead by example, homegirl? And start by staying off YouTube. You know how you guys was cracking jokes a while back about some people on YouTube where they share too much and they don't really need to be on here because they're mentally not right? This is another one. Like, when she first started, she actually was inspiring to me, but now she has gone completely off the fucking rails. Like, because it's just underlining hatred and like seated hatred for black women in her conversation. It's insane. When I tell you it's insane, I'm listening and I'm like, girl, it is none of the shit you talking about is that deep. It really isn't. Hold on, let me give me some. I need more Vicks. What did I do with my Vicks? Naya, you really need to get from around my feet. I need more Vicks. Sorry, y'all, for having the fuck did I do with my Vicks? The camera all in my face like that, but what the hell did I do with my Vicks? Oh, there it goes. Okay. I'm very sorry. I need it because, like, you know how it feels when your nose gets so stuffy and you can't freaking breathe? That is the worst. All right, but anyway. Yeah. Oh, my God. I can't with this. And this is the crazy part, because all this type of stuff is the very thing that gets black women into catch-hold situations where they get hurt. They get killed. They get beat. They get caught in situations where they're dealing with somebody that's like, oh, I'll kill you if you leave me. Oh, I'm an old bastard with only a roof over my head. Because sometimes I listen to her and go, where are the YouTube monitors where they just take this shit off the air? Like, advertising for women to hospice wife old niggas because it's a place to live. Like, don't you know that anytime you try to get something for free, it is always a fucking problem, especially when a dude is concerned. And an ignorant, dumbass, ghetto-dwelling black male, it doesn't get any worse than that. And then when you throw in the dusty fucking white dudes, dusty Hispanics, Asians, and all the rest, can y'all please chill with this shit finally and once and for all? You are not gonna fucking die if you don't have some ugly, funky nigga that don't know how to wipe his ass laying in your bed. Oh my God, I cannot. And it's like, when you actually sit and you listen to these people talk And you know, I do it too. Like, they tell you certain things about their life and how they truly are, their real characters. You will actually understand just how fucked up some of these people are, and really why you should not be fucking watching. Yeah, I don't watch the video, I don't give a fuck, but you should not be taking any of that advice to heart, because you should know that person is fucked up. I listen to that dumb shit, I'm gonna be twice as fucked up, because it doesn't make any sense. None of this shit makes any sense. You know, I'm a big advocate for saying you need to, goddamn it, nobody else but you, need to increase your take home pay. If that means getting another fucking job, that means getting a better job, getting more training to get a better job, or selling shit until you can get another job. Do what the fuck you gotta do. Watching somebody's kids until you can get a better job, make more money, sell things, make things. I don't know what to do. Do any fucking thing you gotta do. Hustle some type of way legally, where you can make enough little money so that it tries to at least make up or pad what you're missing. Because the shit these people are talking about on these videos are just fucking dumb. It doesn't make any sense. And they're always complaining about how bad the black community is. And when I say that, I mean women and children. I'm not talking about men. For all you people that are always looking for a fucking thing to criticize, right? They're always talking about how bad the black community is when it comes to women and children. And here you are always giving crazy, stupid fucking advice for black women to consume, fuck themselves up, fuck up their lives, so you could, I guess, sit back and make the next video about how they listen to you and how shit didn't turn out right. Like, it is completely fucking insane. I'm telling you, I'm listening to this shit and I'm like, none of this shit can be real. Like, these people are really fucking crazy in every way. Yeah, I cuss a lot and stuff like that, and I'm very critical because this shit to me is common sense. But I guess because I've lived so much longer than a lot of people, it's like, it doesn't make any fucking sense to me. There would be no fucking way I would be going for any of that shit. Like, it is crazy. And that's my frustration. But she's fucking dangerous, because she's always on here trying to convince, with the back and forth where she can't stick to one thing, one opinion, one focus, one goal. Always on here with the back and forth, trying to convince black women that one week they need to be with men, next week the divestors are right. And I'm like, I know people, young silly girls, are actually listening to her the same way people were listening and still are listening to dumb shit Crystal Swirls and others are. I don't understand this shit. I really don't, because the need to just come on here and make a video and get a following is so strong that nobody's worrying about the fucking real life consequences that they are invoking in other people's lives. Like, I can't get on here and play fucking games like that. I can't do that. I can't get on here and talk out of both sides of my fucking mouth and then have somebody's life go up in flames, and then I'm sitting here like, yo, that's fucked up. Why would you ever do that? When I was the one that inspired the fucking movement. Black women, I'm telling you, please clean up your fucking algorithm. Get a lot of these black women off. And for God's sake, don't be on here patronizing any black males of any kind. And any white dude on here that thinks he's a divestor or he's on the side of the black women against the black dudes. You don't need any of those characters in your life. Please, please, please. Because you're going to get advice that's going to cause you nothing but extra unnecessary trouble in your life that may cost your life. I mean, she talking about pussy popping for a motherfucking washing machine. And when she said that, I thought the first thing that came to my mind was the recall of when she did a video about how it took her so long to buy a washing machine and dryer. And then when she ordered it, she had a problem with her delivery because the black dude was delivering it, right? That's very possible, because I have ordered things And when the delivery person has been a black dude, they was always fucking with my merchandise, messing up the delivery. They're just fucking dumb. And so I get that. But why did you have such a hard time buying something as simple as a damn washing machine and dryer? When if you were really out here learning and being of the world the way you claim you are, you would have already known that you didn't have to go that far. You could have went right to Amazon, right? Found a washing machine, purchased it on the pay as you go or pay later, whichever slogan or app they're using wherever you go, and pay for that shit on time. Or pay for it every month the way they used to, same way they used to do with rent to own, right? And then you don't have to worry about none of that shit. You could hook your whole fucking house or apartment up and just pay every month. Just budget it to where you don't overdo, right? Or save it up yourself and just buy it flat out, one thing after the other, right? This is the things that kills me, because I'm like, you're telling these women these things that is bringing more trouble in their life when all that stuff can be avoided. None of it is that serious. I swear it's not. I mean, yeah, but that's what came to mind. I remembered how she was talking about that damn washing machine for like a fucking month. And I was like, how fucking difficult is it to buy a washing machine and dryer? Like, you don't have to get the one that costs $1,000 each. Like, not trying to be funny, I buy dryers all the time because I keep forgetting sometimes to unplug the dryer. And so, you know, when you have a dryer and you leave the plug in all the time, the apartment dryers, they will break because all of the voltage going through the cord, right? So that usually happens. The cord burns out all the time. So I have to consciously remember to take the damn cord out, right? After I use it so it doesn't burn out fast. But those dryers, they last like up to a year. And like every like a year and a little bit, I'll buy a new one. Whether you know, it stops working, or you know, like I don't want it anymore, or I want another feature, or I want it to be a little bit bigger, or whatever. Because I wash my coats and everything and throw them in the dryers, my down coats. So sometimes I get a bigger one because I needed to put those dryer balls in there to bang the coat around. Or sometimes I will put an old pair of sneakers in there that are clean to bang around to puff out the coat in the dryer. And then when you get the bigger dryers, sometimes they're a lot hotter than the smaller ones. And so it's just like, listen, you should forgive me for telling all that unnecessary rambling story, but the point is you should never have a problem buying things you need, because this world actually makes that stuff very accessible. So the pussy popping for things, I just can't with that shit, because it just puts black women in a very dangerous position. And to sit there and honestly promote that shit with a straight face is insane to me. This is why when I did the video the other night, you know, I was way emotional doing that. But I really meant it because I don't like where this shit is going, because we might not see it right now because we don't live in each other's homes and we don't have a microscope into everybody's lives. But all it is trying to get women to pretty much like tit for tat or quid per quo for shit in life is going to cause problems. It's going to cause real problems, because nobody likes to feel like somebody's using them. And when they do feel like that, even if it's valid or not, they usually get violent. And why do we want to keep putting black women in positions with, especially these self-hating and really black women hating black males, and then other dudes that are trying to emulate these ignorant ass black dudes' behavior? Do you realize what I'm saying? Like, do you understand how dangerous this dating scene is out here for black women? Like, yeah, I know the majority of people who watch this video are not going to care, not going to listen, because, you know, there's colorism, ageism, and favoritism in play. You may not like me. You may think, oh, you too old. You don't know anything. You're not hip with the times. You can't relate. Yeah, right, because I was born this way, right? I was born this very age. I never was a child or had to grow and learn and have life experiences, right? Okay. And then there's the, the other part of, if you're just not feeling somebody and you don't want to accept what they're telling you because it goes against how you are as a person, that's very real too. So, I understand that. But I also understand that the things that you do that you refuse that are good for you are seriously going to hurt you. I mean, if shit is beneficial, it's beneficial. There's nothing you can do that's going to change that. And just because you don't like it or you don't want to go along with it doesn't make the outcome of what's going to happen any less worse than it's going to be. And I'm telling you, telling people to pussy pop for bullshit fucking wash machine and dryer when you can get a $200-$300 wash machine and dryer each off of fucking Amazon and have that shit at your house within 2 days. I can't with the ghetto ignorant shit. I can't. This is why I tell you I'm really feeling that quiet luxury, because this shit don't make no sense to be doing all that. It does not. Black women should be sitting down mapping out their future. Like, what's your 5-year plan? What's your 10-year plan? 15, 20 max. Because 20 should be like you into your beginning of retirement. What are you going to do now? It's not just enough to retire. What are you really going to do with the rest of your damn life? That's the type of shit I'm thinking about and how I get down. So I don't understand telling people to pussy pop for a wash machine and dryer. I Black women, I'm gonna go. Cause I just seen that shit and the fucking video just went all through me. I was like, what the fuck is really wrong with this chick? And it's like she be on. I really hope a lot of black women are really not taking the shit that she's saying to heart and ingesting her the way they ingest many other people on here, because a lot of people gonna suffer as a result. Like, the whole point of whatever part of black YouTube you belong to, level up women, divested women, black love women, whatever else is out there, empowerment women, just being yourself like me women, you should want the best for black women and for black women to be safe and not have to deal with constant, stupid, trivial, ignorant domestic shit. But yet, it seems like all that's being pushed out there is for you to suffer one way or the other. It's like, can we catch a fucking break? Can we get other women who are exactly like us, black like us, to understand that we shouldn't be out here suffering? We should not. Not for the sake of anything. To keep face, for it to actually be that way, for somebody to be happy, somebody to be upset, or just to get along, to go along. We should not be out here suffering for anything. Shit, I'd rather fill the tub up with water and wash every fucking article of clothes by hand before I go pussy popping for a fucking washing machine. I'm sorry, I can't let that one go for the night. That shit is crazy as hell. A fucking washing machine and dryer, not a house. A fucking washing machine. Yo, I cannot with crazy shit like that. And then always making it seem like, yet again, like a fucking dude is so important. If males was really that important, I think when we were born, they would have been attached to our hip or something to let us really know that we needed them that much in our life. You do not need them. You desire them. You may even like them, and you definitely have been indoctrinated to believe that you're supposed to live your life through struggle, strife, and fucking all types of pain just being with them. And I, for one, am not accepting that shit, and I'm not for the journey. I'm not going down that road. But if y'all want to do that, keep listening to that crazy shit. Popping pussy for a wash machine and a dryer. Next, what? A bologna sandwich? The shit is too ignorant to be true. And then when you really look at these people, and you don't even have to analyze them, just look at them and look at the picture they're presenting. Today I'm working, tomorrow I'm not. I want a job, don't want a job. Every time somebody say something I don't like, I'm walking off the job. That does not present a very good or nice picture of a responsible, being held accountable, or holding themselves accountable adult black woman. That reeks of, I just don't got my shit together. And I'm out here trying to chastise, criticize, you know, basically project and hate on other black women while I'm trying to act like, I'm the bigger person in the situation. It just, shit is too crazy for me. And it's like, I'm gonna stop making these videos because I don't want it to seem like I'm always coming down on people, but it's crazy. It's blatant craziness that I'm like, what is happening here? Why do you feel you have the right to do this when you're kind of crazy yourself? Can you get your shit straight before you come on YouTube? Anyway, I'm done with this. Listen, next time y'all hear from me, because I need to step away from this crazy shit for a while, because I don't understand what the direction of black women on YouTube are going, or what they're trying to do. It seems like ever since Cynthia G left, or they kicked her off, everybody's trying to make it seem like she was the greatest on here when she definitely was not. They're trying to like use some of her points or her stance, which was repetitive, so you don't have to do that. And just like to try to keep this conversation of relationships and should I or should I not, he's decent, he's not decent, relevant. When you should throw all that shit out the window and be worrying about, I need to center myself. I need my money. I need my money to be right. I need my household to be safe. If I'm trying to raise children that are self-respecting and, you know, compliments to society, or who are even able to blend and engage in society and be law-abiding citizens, I cannot have all that turmoil in my home and bad role models and bad influences by having these douchebag, dusty, unproductive, irresponsible, just overall bad people in my house as my man, my boyfriend, my husband, or the person I'm actively pursuing online. And the shit is so crazy. Like, all of these women on here losing their fucking mind. Like, what's that lady? She like a dude to me. The Sheila, what the fuck is her name? True Love or Truth Hurts or some shit like that. This is a woman or a person, because it looks like a man dressed like a woman, right? Always talking about how the women are always to fault for shit that is blatantly what men do. I don't understand the direction of what these women are trying to do. Like, if it's to keep black women confused and running in circles, one day worrying about, oh yeah, I should be with a man. No, I shouldn't. Oh, they're trying to make me feel guilty for choosing myself. Oh yeah, they want me to feel like I ain't shit because I want a dude, don't have to have a guy, but they're convincing me I need to have the guy. It's too much. It's too much dumb shit. When none of them, because they're all cowards, running from the real reality of black women in relationships is, you're gonna fucking die. Black femicide is fucking real. We ran Rosa up off of YouTube, but she was the only one here keeping that motherfucking thought in the back of your mind and keeping that real reality of the fact that if you fuck with these black males, you're gonna end up with your own personal fucking pallbearers. But black women keep acting like that shit is not true. All these women that sit up here talking about, oh, you should be married, girl, and if you're a good wife, and did all this stupid shit, and oh, uh, the date here, the date there, still talking about the fucking cheesecake lady, all the shit, right? But none of them are talking about the realities of the fact that when you fuck with these dudes, you are really playing Russian roulette with your life, because they hate you. They fucking despise you. They would not hesitate They would not hesitate to fucking off you. And we know that because the rates and the frequency of black femicide is going up every month. But all these people that are sitting on here talking about relationships, marriage, boyfriends, girlfriends, dating, and hospice wives, husbands, and what do they call these niggas that live on the couch? Hobosexuals or whatever the fuck, or a nigga on the couch. None of them talk about how deadly that shit really is. But yet, there are news stations that have already developed, because they see the trends too. You have news stations in Chicago that are currently now doing nothing but covering black femicide. Milwaukee, the same thing. Baltimore, the same thing. Chicago. It's ridiculous. I'm not saying women don't get killed in New York. They do. But our police response is the fastest in this entire fucking country. And then secondly, our city is so fucking compact. You can't take fucking forever to get to the scene of the crime. You will. This city is designed where you can get everywhere in this city within a 45-minute period. That's the longest. So that means that if you're already in the proximity of everything where you're supposed to be in that borough, and like I said, if you're in Queens, it's going to take you no time to get to another part of Queens, especially if you're working in that precinct. Now, I don't know how y'all do things where y'all are from, but here in New York, we have precincts, and within precincts, and they all border each other from borough to borough, even to Nassau and Suffolk, all the way going upstate with the state troopers to upstate New York, right? There's a cop everywhere, right? So when you have that type of situation, you have precincts that connect, then you have sectors inside of those precincts that police patrol by RMP, which is the car, and foot patrol, housing, transit, and everything else in between with the individual units, narcotics, this, that, the other, and the parole people. You got cops all over the place. So that is the reason why I never throw us into the category with everybody else, because yeah, you can kill a woman here. You can kill plenty of people here, but they gonna come get you. And they're on their way faster than somebody in North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, California, or anywhere else in this country. Milwaukee, Baltimore, Chicago, I said that one. Rhode Island, I don't know. Louisiana, they're coming. They're coming. And most times when Central sends out that dispatch to that patrol unit, they're there within 5 to 10 minutes. They're not playing, because they count their arrival time from the time they're assigned the job to the time they're letting Central know we're here. I don't know, like I was a cop a long time ago, so I don't know if they still use 1084, but that's to let Central, which is dispatch 911, know we're on the scene. We're here. And that's what police have to do here. They have to let the dispatcher know we got the job, we're on our way. We're here. They can handle it, do whatever they're doing, and then let the dispatcher know we're leaving, so that they get to chronicleize all that time, how long the job took, when it started, when it ended, and what was the result. So that's why, I'm saying it's different here. Yeah, you can kill people, but you're not going to be allowed to do the shit that you do in every other state, because that's just not happening here. They can say what they want about this city, but this is the safest, biggest city in this entire fucking country. Believe me. And if you don't think so, you could come here and test it out. Commit a crime and watch how fast NYPD be on your ass. And if they can't get to you today, they're going to definitely be at your door tomorrow when they sit down and watch all the cameras in the city. And don't be fooled. Like when you come here, whatever, don't fuck around on the subways, because the way that this mayor is moving, he has cameras in every single train of the train, every single platform, stairwell, elevator, escalator, turnstile, everything within the train station, because they know that people can't go from stop to stop if they're not on the train. They will be right behind you once they watch that CCTV. They right there behind you, and they got it set up where they watch you come up out the subway on. Then the street cameras take on, grab a hold to it. If you get in the car, then the lights that the cameras that are on the expressways, highways, roadways, and traffic lights and intersections, all that shit clicks on. They go watch the whole city. So that's the reason why shit like that don't go down crazy here, because the city has way too many people for that type of stuff to happen. That is why when I hear other content creators talking about, oh yeah, black femicide, the issues happening, you could be New York. No, you're not going to do none of that shit in New York. New York is not having that. That is the reason why you don't hear that kind of stuff happening here time after time after time after time again, like you hear in Florida, Georgia, Atlanta, Milwaukee. What is the other one? Maryland. It's always ones that are like Chicago. Always got them. Always. Like right now, I'm steady watching Chicago all the time because they have that black lady, the Hispanic dude, and I think that white lady, where they're doing like a whole documentary on crime in Chicago about black women. The Hispanic dude was covering it for like 20 years plus. It's ridiculous. It is. It's completely ridiculous. I really believe one of those 3 reporters in Chicago, they're gonna win that award that they give to the reporters. I forget what it's called right now, but because they're doing a damn good job of informing the public, and the stuff that they talk about just keeps expanding into other areas of information and knowledge. So I really think the 3 of them are competing to get that, and they will. One of them will. You'll see, because they do a lot of work. Like you're watching and you're recording crime statistics and com stats for 20 plus years. You doing work. They're gonna be recognized for it. I know that's a fact. But anyway, let me get off this video now, because I really just, the pussy popping for a washing machine and dryer, I can't get over that shit. I cannot. Don't listen to that shit, y'all. Don't nobody out there do that. I don't give a goddamn if you like her commentary, her videos. Do not listen to that shit. That shit will get you fucked up, trafficked, prostituted out, stomped out, taken out. Don't listen to that bullshit. All right, good night. This is my last one of this. I can't do this no more, because this shit is bringing me down. This whole vibe on here currently is bringing me down. I really hope that this is the end of the year, the slow wind down to the end of the year into the new year. And I hope all this toxic, negative, unprogressive, slowing down the progress everybody has made all the rest of this year comes to a motherfucking end January 1st. Because this shit on here needs to stop. Oh, it's disgusting. Black women, you don't need a fucking man. You may want a man. You don't need a man. Do not listen to all these fucking morons and knuckleheads on here talking about you and your need for a relationship. I even seen Umar Johnson doing that ignorant shit today, where this nigga was talking about bringing back arranged marriages to the black community. In what fucking world? Ain't nobody doing that dumb shit. First of all, none of these niggas are marriage worthy. What the fuck is wrong with everybody? Why do they refuse to accept the fact that these motherfuckers are trash, zero in fucking value? What the fuck are you doing trying to push this trash off on us? Pawn these motherfuckers off on us without taking the time to recognize all the real shit we go through with dealing with these fucking bums, incurring debt, incurring fucking human fucking beings that we don't need to have, that we didn't have going into the relationship, losing our money, losing our self-worth, losing our fucking mind, some of us. Listen, losing our home and our ass to follow because these motherfuckers can't put no money on nothing. They don't got in on nothing to keep your fucking head above water. And yet this crazy motherfucker who can't do the simplest thing of completing a fucking school that is probably imaginary in the first place, you gonna get online and start talking about how arranged marriages need to come back because he's so hell bent on whatever hotep mentality he has, where he feels like black women are literally old or property of black men and are obligated to fuck with them. Y'all, you guys don't know how real that shit is. I went to go on the bus today, and I walked to the bus stop, was standing by the bus sign, right? There's this fucking bum ass black dude there, right? I'm not paying him no mind. Why is this nigga talking to me? Why do you feel like you think you have a right to walk near me? Well, see, me being military trained and all that shit, I see the movements before they get to me. I was clearly out of the way before he passed and looking at this nigga like, what made you think you could be by? I don't want you fucking by me. I don't want you talking to me. I don't want you acknowledging me. Leave me the fuck alone, nigga. You are not entitled to me. I'm not obligated to give a fuck about your existence. This is the thing they don't understand. Like, I can't stand them motherfuckers. Like, it's crazy. But I did laugh today. I did laugh very hard about Kang jokes, right? Like, somebody put up fucking meme, like, swapping out Jonathan Majors for John Boyega, saying that John Boyega was gonna be the new Kang in the Kane role or Marvel's movies. That shit was so funny. I wish this was a video where I was on the computer able to share shit so I can show y'all that. Oh my god. I laughed out loud at work today because that shit was so funny. I had to control myself. I was like really laughing for a few seconds out loud. Then I had to pull it back because, you know, I had a glass cubicle supposed to be soundproof, but people could still hear, right? But oh my god, it was funny. So, you know. Black women, you gotta laugh too. I mean, reality is real. You gotta stay on point with the truth and be hard hitting with facts and shit so people don't get caught out there, right? But when shit is funny, please take the time to laugh too, because I'm telling you, that shit still has me wanting to laugh out loud because it was funny as hell. Oh my goodness. And you know how funny some of these people can be when they create those things. Oh Lord, it was hilarious. But I just have this last thing to say about that situation. Let me get out. When these black dudes gonna learn that white people don't like you? You could sit around placating these people, giving them all your money you stupidly work hard to get. But they never seem to realize that whenever these black dudes do anything where a white woman is concerned, hit her, kill her, hurt the bitch's feelings, these white people are gonna crucify your ass time and time again. So why don't you learn? I'm just curious, right? Like, do they not realize that the very same thing that these people in, well, mostly white people in New York City did to Jonathan Majors the other day? It took them a day to come to that shit. They didn't give a fuck. They listened. Yep, guilty. Fuck that motherfucker. That's exactly how it went, right? They've been doing this shit to black males since Jack Johnson. For you guys who don't know who Jack Johnson is, Jack Johnson was the first ever recorded heavyweight boxing champion of America. All right? He was the type that was ignorant too, white people loving, straight out of slavery. He was a real idiot, right? Had his little white woman. They took his title from him. They tried to beat his ass, but that didn't work out too well for them, right? They chased him out with guns and shit. They made him have to flee America and go live in Europe. They That was so long ago it wasn't funny. But the fact of the matter is, they have been doing that in this country like since forever. So why do these arrogant, stupid, twisted minded black dudes think that just because you start making $2 more lunch money than the rest of us and you get to fuck a white woman and you think that white people see you as equivalent to them, you really sit here and think that they not going to miss an opportunity to throw your ass up under the jail any chance they get. I don't understand why they don't get that. They don't like you, son. They don't like me either. They don't like you. And there's no amount of money fucking white women or pretending to be white is going to change that shit. They don't like you. This is the last thing. I said I was going to stop, but this is the very last thing. I don't know if you guys know this, but I keep up with like politics and shit all over the country, right? So in Boston, right? And Boston is historically and notoriously known for being one of the most racist fucking places on the face of America, right? Okay. So there's a mayor there, the first Asian woman ever, Asian ever, to be mayor of Boston, right? Mayor Wu. Now, Mayor Wu, right? Mayor Wu just recently had people of colors, I think it was called a convention or a party, something like that, that Boston does like for the last decade. They have two parties. They have the party for the representatives of color, and then they have a party for all the representatives, the whites and the other people of color, right? So the party they had with the 15 members of black and other color that represent and run office in Boston had their party and they had a good old fucking time. To prove to you what I'm saying about how they don't fucking like you no matter how much you even run in the same circles with them or ain't no may and are equivalent entitled money making status, residency, etc. They still don't like you, right? Now, she's an Asian woman, Chinese woman, in fact. She gave the party. It wasn't like she came up with the party. She just did what was done for the last 9. This is the 10th year, right? Okay. A white dude reporter made a big fucking thing about her giving this party. She's sitting next to a black dude, right? If you read that news article, you'll see that the same political lynching that they did to Jonathan Majors for dealing with and having whatever happened with him and that white bitch, they did it to the man that was sitting next to Mayor Wu and many of the other people, black people and other representatives that were in the party with her, in addition to trying to tear down Mayor Wu because she didn't apologize for resending the invitation to white representatives to the black and people of color only party. Like they got their invitations by accident and she told them, oh, sorry, mistake, you're not welcome. That white reporter went off in that fucking article. So just trying to say, like, and like I said, he picked one person, a black dude, to really go off on, and then the mayor herself and a couple of other people, right? But all of that is to show you that people like Jonathan Majors and others, because it ain't just him, it's been so many others, right? They just don't get it when they black males and they got a little bit of money and they don't live in the hood no more. These people still don't like you. Why are you going out of your way to kiss their ass and trying to get them to make you an honorary white person? Why the fuck do you care so much? Like, they have a level of white fragility that is crazy. Dig what I'm saying? This white reporter was so fucking upset and trying to fuck with the next year's voting election because he feels like, oh, it was an injustice. The mayor's being divisive because she had a fucking party that was customary for the last 9 years. She did the 10th year, right? But let's revisit his bullshit about the mayor being divisive. Okay, let's give her that. Let's say she is divisive, right? Here's the white fragility. She can be divisive for that moment, for that party, but your white ass is responsible for your white fragility and your divisiveness for 400 motherfucking years. So, who's worse? This is why I said, black women, pay attention to what you really need to be paying attention to. Fuck a fucking profile on a dating app, some stupid nigga taking you on a date, a dumbass person like Umar Johnson talking about arranged marriages, a crazy bitch like nosy neighbor lady talking about pussy popping for a washing machine and a dryer. Please, can we get back to thinking about shit that is important, that is actually going to do something for us in life besides cause us extra problems down the line that's going to be worse than what we started with? Listen, I can't with this shit. I'm telling you. It is just too much crazy shit on here all day, every day. And then you wonder why so many people disappearing and never coming back. So many. All right, let me get off of here. Good night, good night, good night, good night.